Hare Krishna. Madhya Lila, chapter
1.
Chapter 1.
Anthya Lila, chapter 1. Anthya Lila, chapter 1.
Oh, Anthya Lila. Anthya Lila, we're starting. Chapter 1. Text 18. Akadine Kastani. Nadi Parahayate. Udyanavika Kukurana Chataya Naukate. Translation. One day, when they needed to cross a river, an Orissa boatman would not allow the dog to get in the boat. Text 19. Kukura Rahila Shivananda Tuki Haila Dasapana Karidiya Kukure Parakaila. Shivananda Sen, unhappy that the dog had to stay behind, paid the boatman 10 pana of conch shells to take that dog across the river. Purport by Śrīla Prabhupada. 1 pana is 80 kadis, or small conch shells. Formerly, even 50 or 60 years ago, there was no paper currency in India. Coins were generally made not of base metal, but of gold, silver, and copper. In other words, the medium of exchange was really something valuable. 4 pieces of kadi made 1 ganda, and 20 such gandas equaled 1 pana. This kadi was also used as a medium of exchange. This kadi, in those days, 1 paisa was also subdivided into small conch shells. But at the present moment, the prices for commodities have gone so high that there is nothing one can get in exchange for only 1 paisa. With 1 paisa, in those days, however, one could purchase sufficient vegetables to provide for a whole family. Even 30 years ago, vegetables were occasionally so inexpensive that 1 paisa worth could provide for a whole family for a day. Text 20. Ekadina Shivanande Gatiyale Rakila Kukurake Patadite Sevaka Pasarila. One day, while Shivananda was detained by a toll man, his servant forgot to give the dog its cooked rice. Text 21. Oratreyasi Shivananda Bocha Nerakale Kukura Panache Bhatta Sevake Puchile. At night, when Shivananda Sen returned and was taking his meal, he inquired from the servant whether the dog had gotten its meals. Text 22. Kukura Nahi Shri Shri Kishore Kishore Jagannath Bade Subhat Marai Jai Jai Gornika Shilavaki Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj Prabhupada Thakur Ki Jai A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Chahiyana Paila Kukura Loka Sabba Aila Dukihana Shivananda Upabasa Kaila. When he learned that the dog had not been supplied food in his absence, Shivananda Sen was very unhappy. He then immediately sent 10 men to find the dog. When the men returned without success, Shivananda Sen became very unhappy and fasted for the night. Prabhate Kukura Chahi Kanhana Paila Sakala Vaishnavera Mane Chamat Karahaila. In the morning, they looked for the dog, but it could not be found anywhere. All the Vaishnavas were astonished. Purport. Shivananda Sen's attachment to the dog was a great boon for that animal. The dog appears to have been a street dog, since it naturally began to follow Shivananda Sen while he was going to Jagannath Puri with his party. He accepted it into his party and maintained it, same way he was maintaining the other devotees. It appears that although on one occasion the dog was not allowed to enter the boat or go aboard the boat, Shivananda did not leave the dog behind, but paid more money just to induce the boatman to take that dog across the river. Then, when the servant forgot to feed the dog and the dog disappeared, Shivananda Sen was very anxious. He sent 10 men to find it. When they could not find it, Shivananda observed a fast. Thus it appears that somehow or other Shivananda had become attached to the dog. As will be evident from the following verses, the dog got the mercy of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and was immediately promoted to Vaikuntha to become an eternal devotee. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has therefore sung Tumitan Thakura, Komara Kukura, Baliyachana More. That's in Saranagati 19. He thus offers to become a dog of a Vaishnava. There are many other instances in which the pet animal of a Vaishnava was delivered back home to Vaikuntha Loka, back to Gaia. Such is the benefit of somehow or other becoming the favorite of a Vaishnava. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has also sung Kita Janma Hau Yatta Tuya Dasa, also from Saranagati, for 11. There is no harm in taking birth again and again. Our only desire should be to take birth under the care of a Vaishnava. Fortunately, we had the opportunity to be born of a Vaishnava father who took care of us very nicely. He prayed to Srimati Radharani that in the future, we would become the servant of the eternal consort of Sri Krishna. Thus, somehow or other, we are now engaged in that service. We may conclude that even as dogs, we must take shelter of a Vaishnava. The benefit will be the same as that which accrues to an advanced devotee under a Vaishnava's care. Text 25. Utkantaya chali sabe aila nilachale purvat mahaprabhu mila sakale. Translation. Thus, the great anxiety, they all walked to Jagannath Puri, where Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu met them as usual. Sabalanya Kaila Jagannatha Darashana Sabalanya Mahaprabhu Karena Bhojana. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu went with them to see the Lord in the temple, and on that day he also took lunch in the company of all the devotees. Text 27. Purvavat Sabhare Prabhu Patailava Sastane Prabhutani Patakale Aila Aradine. As previously, the Lord provided them all with residential quarters, and the next morning all the devotees came to see the Lord. Text 28. Asiyate kila sabe se tu pure Prabhu pase vasiyache kichu alpa dure. When all the devotees came to the place of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, they saw the same dog sitting a little apart from the Lord. Text 29. Prasada narikela shasya dena behaya Ramakrishna hari kaha balena hasiya. Furthermore, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu was throwing remnants of green coconut pulp to the dog, smiling in his own way. He was saying to the dog, chant the holy names, Rama, Krishna, Hari. Text 30. Shasya kahya kukura, Krishna kahe para bara, Dekhiya lokera mane haila chamatkara. Seeing the dog eating the green coconut pulp and chanting Krishna, Krishna again and again, all the devotees present were very surprised. Text 31, Shivananda Kukura Deki Dandabat Kaela Dainaya Kari Nisha Aparada Shamaila. When he saw the dog sitting in that way and chanting the name of Krishna, Shivananda, because of his natural humility, immediately offered his obeisances to the dog just to counteract his offenses to it. Text 32. Aradina keha tara deka na paila sida deha panya kukura vaikunte te gela. The next day, no one saw the dog, for it had obtained its spiritual body and departed for Vaikuntha, the spiritual kingdom. Purport. This is the result of sadhu sangha, consequent association with Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and promotion back home, back to Godhead. This is the result, even for a dog. by the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Therefore, everyone in the human form of life should be induced to associate with devotees by rendering a little service, even by eating prasadam. What to speak of chanting and dancing? Everyone can be promoted to Vaikuntha Loka. It is therefore requested that all our devotees in the ISKCON community become pure Vaishnavas, so that by their mercy, all the people of the world will be transferred to Vaikuntha Loka, even without their knowledge. Everyone should be given a chance to take prasadam and thus be induced to chant the holy names Hare Krishna and also dance in ecstasy. By these three processes, although performed without knowledge or education, even an animal went back to Godhead. Text 33. Aiche divya lila kare shuchira nandana huku ruke Krishna kahanya kaila mochana. Such are the transcendental pastimes of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Mother Sachi. He even delivered a dog simply by inducing it to chant the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna. Text 34, Eta Prabhu Agyaha Rūpa Aila Vrindavana Krishna Lila Nataka Karite Hailamana. Meanwhile, following the order of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī returned to Vrindavan. He desired to write dramas concerning the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Text 35. Vrindavane natakara arambha korila mangalaracharana nandi shloka katai likhila. In Vrindavan, Rupa Goswami began to write a drama. In particular, he composed the introductory verses to invoke good fortune. Purport. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives from the Nataka Chandrika, wherein it is written, following quote. Prasavanayastu mukhe nandi karya supavaha Ashir namaskriya vastu nirdeshanyatam anvita astabir dasabir yukta kimba varasabi padai chandra nama hito prayo mangalarta parojpala mangalam chakra kamala chakora umudarikim. Similarly, in the 6th chapter of the Sahitya Darpana, text 282, it is said, Asirvachana samyukta stutir yasmat prayujate devadvijan ripatinam tasmanan viti samgita. The introductory portion of a drama, which is written to invoke good fortune, is called Nandi Shloka. Text 36. Pate chali aise natakera gatana pavite kadacha karya kichu lagi lali kite. On his way to Gaudadesh, Rupa Goswami had been thinking of how to write the action of the drama. Thus, he had made some notes and had begun to write. Text 37. Mate duibai Gauda desha ila Gaudasi anupamera Ganga praptihaila. In this way, the two brothers Rupa and Anupama reached Bengal, but when they arrived there, Anupama died. Purport. Formerly, when a person died, it was commonly said that he attained the shelter of Mother Ganges, even if he did not die on the bank of the Ganges. It is customary among Hindus to carry a dying person to a nearby bank of the Ganges. For if one dies on the bank of the Ganges, his soul is considered to reach the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, wherefrom the Ganges flows. Text 38. Rupa Gosani Prabhu Pashe Karila Gamana Prabhure Dekiti Tanra Utantita Mana. Rupa Goswami then departed to see Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, for he was very eager to see him. Text 39. Anupamera laki tanra kichu vilambahaila. Bhaktagana pasha ila lagna paila. There was some delay because of the death of Anupama, and therefore when Rūpa Gosvāmī went to Bengal to see the devotees there, he could not get in touch with them because they had already left. Text 40. Uriya deshe satyabam purname grama ekaratri se grame karila vishrama. Translation. In the province of Orissa, there's a place known as Satyabhamapura. Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī rested for a night in that village on his way to Jagannath Puri. Purport, there's a place known as Satyabhamapura in the district of Cuttack in Orissa. It is near the village known as Jankadipura. Text 41, Ratre Svapne Deke Ekad Divya Rupanari Samuke Aisya Agyadila Bahu Kripakari. While resting in Satyabhamapuri, he dreamed that a celestial beautiful woman came before him and then very mercifully gave him the following order. Text 42. Amara Nataka Pritakara Arachana Amara Kripate Nataka Ha Haibe Vilakshana. Write a separate drama about me, she said. By my mercy will be extraordinarily beautiful. Text 43. Swapna Deki Rūpa Gosvāmī Karila Vichara Satyabhama Agya Pritak Nataka Karipara. After having that dream, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī considered, it is the order of Satyabhama that I write a separate drama for her. Text 44. Raja Pura Lila Ekatra Karyachi Gatana Dui Bhaga Karime Purimu Rachana. Translation. I have brought together in one work all the pastimes performed by Lord Krishna in Vrindavan and in Dwarka. Now I shall have to divide them into two dramas. Text 45. Bhavate Bhavate Shigra Ila Nilachale Asi Uttari Laharidasa Vasastale. Thus absorbed in thought, he quickly reached Jagannath Puri. When he arrived, he approached the hut of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur Tanre Bahukripa Kumi Asipet More Prabhuye Kahila. Out of affectionate love and mercy, Haridas Thakur told Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu has already informed me that you would come here. Text 47, Upala Boga Deki Haridasera Dekite Pratidina Aisena Prabhu Aila Achambite. After seeing the Upala Bhog ceremony at the Jagannath temple, Lord Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu would regularly come to see Haridas every day. Thus he suddenly arrived there. Text 48, Rūpa Tandavat Kare Haridasa Kahila Haridasa Mili Prabhu Rupe Alangila. When the Lord arrived, Rūpa Gosvāmī immediately offered his obeisances. Haridas informed the Lord, this is Rūpa Gosvāmī offering you obeisances. And the Lord embraced him. Text 49, Haridasa Rupe Hanya Prabhu Vasila Ekastane Kushala Pasna Ishtagosti Kaila Kata Shane. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu then sat down with Haridas and Rūpa Gosvāmī. They inquired from one another about auspicious news and then continued to talk together for some time. Text 50. Sanat Tanhera Vardatayave Bosani Puchila Rūpa Kahe Tat Prasange Dekana Ila. When Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu inquired about Sanatan Goswami, Rūpa Gosvāmī replied, I did not meet him. Text 51. Ami Ganga Patte Ahina Tinho Raja Patte Ataiva amarate kanahila tanrasate. I came by the path on the bank of the Ganges, whereas Sanatana Goswami came by the public road. Therefore, we did not meet. Text 52. Prayage sunilum tenho ke lavindavane anupamera ganga prapti kaila nivedane. In Prayag, I heard that he had already gone to Vrindavan. Rūpa Goswami next informed the Lord about the death of Anupa. Rupe tahan vasadiya gosani chalila gosanira sangipakta rupare malila. After allotting residential quarters there to Rūpa Goswami, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu left. Then all of the Lord's personal associates met Srila Rūpa Goswami. Text 54. Aratina Mahaprabhu Sababhaktalanya Rupe Milaila Sabaya Kripata Kariya. On the next day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again met Rūpa Goswami. With great mercy, the Lord introduced him to all the devotees. Text 55. Sabhara Charana Rūpa Karila Vandana Ripakari Rupe Sabe Kaila Alingana. Srila Rūpa Goswami offered his respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of them all, and all the devotees by their mercy embraced him. Text 56. Advaita Nityananda Tamar Duyi Jane Prabhu Kuhe Rupe Kripa Pura Kaya Mane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, you should both show your mercy wholeheartedly to Rūpa Goswami. Text 57, Toma Dukara Kripate Inhara Au Taiche Shakti Yate Vidvarite Parina Krishna Rasa Bhakti. May Rūpa Goswami, by your mercy, become so powerful that he will be able to describe the transcendental mellows of devotional service. Text 58. Gauriya Udiya Yanta Prabhura Bhaktakana Sabaraha Ila Rūpa Snehara Bhajana. Thus, Rūpa Goswami became the object of love and affection for all the devotees of the Lord, including those who came from Bengal and those who resided in Orissa. Pratidina Asi Rupe Karane Milane Mandiraye Prasadapana Dena Duijane. Every day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go to see Rūpa Goswami, and whatever prasadam he received from the temple, he would deliver to Rūpa Goswami and Haridas Thakur. Text 60, Istagosi Dunha Sanhe Karikata Shana Madhyana Karite Prabhu Karila Gamana. He would talk for some time with them both and then leave to perform his noontime duties. Text 61. Mata pratidina prapura vyavahara Prabhu kripa panya rupera ananda apara. In this way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dealings with them continued every day. Thus, receiving the transcendental favor of the Lord, Srila Rūpa Goswami felt unlimited pleasure. Text 62, Bhaktagana Lanya Kaila Gundicha Marajana I Tota Asi Kaila Vanya Bojana. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, taking all his devotees with him, performed the Gundicha Marjana, washing and cleansing of the Gundicha temple, he went to the garden known as Aitota and accepted prasadam at a picnic within the garden. Text 63, Prasada Kaya Hari Bale Sarva Bhaktajana Leki Haridas Rupera Hara Sitamana. When Haridas Thakur and Rūpa Goswami saw all the devotees were accepting prasadam and chanting the holy names of Hari, they were both greatly pleased. Text 64, Govinda Dvara Prabhuha Sesha Prasada Paila Preme Mata Duijanan Nachite Lagilam. When they received the remnants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prasadam through Govinda, they respected it and they both began to dance in ecstasy. Text 65, Aradina Prabhu Te Miliya Vasila Sarvagya Siromani Prabhu Kahite Lagila. On the next day, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to see Sri Rūpa Gosvāmī, the omniscient Lord spoke as follows. Krishnare Bahira Nahi Kariha Vrajabhaite Rajachari Krishnaha Kabu Nayana Kahante. Do not try to take Krishna out of Vrindavan, for he does not go anywhere else at any time. Text 67, Krishna no yadu sambuto yapurna sosti atapara vrindavanam parityagya sarvachinnaivakachati. The Krishna known as Yadu Kumar is Vasudeva Krishna. He is different from the Krishna who is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Yadu Kumar Krishna manifests his pastimes in the cities of Mathura and Dwarka, but Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, never at any time leaves Vrindavan. Purport. This verse is included in the Laghu Bhagavatamrita 15461 by Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī. Text 68, Etakahi Mahaprabhu Madhyane Cha lila Rūpa Gosvāmī. After saying this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to perform his noontime duties, leaving Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī somewhat surprised. Text 69, Pritagnadika Karite Satyabhama Agyatila Janilu Pritagnata Karite Prabhu Agyahaila. Satyabhama ordered me to write two different dramas, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī thought. Now I understand that this order has been confirmed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Text 70, Purve Dui Nadaka Chila Ekatra Rachana Dui Bhaga Karyebe Karimugatana. Formerly, I wrote two dramas as one composition. Now I shall divide it and describe the incidents in two separate works. Text 71, Dui Nandi Prastabhana Dui Samgatana Pritakaya Liki Karya Papana. I shall write two separate invocations of good fortune and two different introductions. Let me think deeply about the matter and then describe two different sets of incidents. Purport. The two works are the Vidagdha Madhava and the Lalita Madhava. In the Vidagdha Madhava, the pastimes are in Vrindavan are described, and in the Lalita Madhava, the pastimes in Dwarka and Mathura. Text 72. Rata Yatraya Jagannath Darshana Karila Ratagre Prabhura Nritya Kirtana Tekila. During the Rath Yatra ceremony, Rūpa Gosvāmī saw Lord Jagannath. He also saw Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing and chanting in front of the Rath. Text 73. Prabhura Nritya Shloka Suni Sri Rūpa Gosvāmī Se Shloka Rattalana Shloka Ila Tatai. When Rūpa Gosvāmī heard a verse uttered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during the ceremony, he immediately composed another verse dealing with the same subject. Text 74, Purve Se Ishaba Kata Karyachi Varnana Tatapi Kahiye Kichu Sangshepa Katana. I've already described all these incidents, but I still wish to add briefly something more. Text 75. Samhanyeka shloka prabhu padena kirtane kene shloka pade iha keha nahi jane. Generally, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited a verse while dancing and chanting before the Rath, but no one knew why he was reciting that particular verse. Text 76. Aveka Swarupa Gosvāmī Shloka Artajani Shlokan Rupa Pada Prabhuke Karnana Asvadane. Only Swarup Damodar Goswami knew the purpose for which the Lord recited that verse. According to the Lord's attitude, he used to quote other verses to enable the Lord to relish mellows. Text 77, Rūpa Gosvāmī Prabhu Rajaniya Abhipraya Se Arte Shloka Kaila Prabhu Re Paya. Rūpa Goswami, however, could understand the intention of the Lord, and thus he composed another verse that appealed to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Text 78. Ya kamara haras eva hi varas te eva chaitra shapas te kon milita malaki surabhaya prabha kadambana nalila sa chaivamsi tatapi tatra suru ata vyapara vidham Reva roda sivita sitaru tale cheta samutkantate. Translation. That very personality who stole my heart during my youth is now again my master. These are the same moonlit nights of the month of Chaitra. The same fragrance of the malati flowers is there, and the same sweet breezes are blowing from the Kadamba forest. In our intimate relationship, I am also the same lover. Yet still, my mind is not happy here. I'm eager to go back to that place on the bank of the Reva under the Vitasi tree. That is my desire. Purport. This is the verse recited by Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Priyasoyam Krishna Sahachari Kuru Kshetra Militas Tataham Sa Radhatarinam Ubayo Sangama Sukham Tatapyanta Kelan Madhuram Murali Panchama Jushe Mano Me Kalin Vipulina Vipinaya Sprihayati. My dear friend, now I have met my very old and dear friend Krishna on this field of Kurukshetra. I am the same Radharani, and now we are meeting together. It is very pleasant, but I would still like to go to the bank of the Jamuna beneath the trees of the forest there. I wish to hear the vibration of his sweet flute playing the fifth note within that forest of Vrindavan. Purport. This is the verse composed by Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, and it is included in the Padyavali 386, an anthology of verses he did compile. Text 80, Talapatre Shloka Liki Chalate Rakila Samudra Snanakari Bare Rūpa Gosvāmī Gela. After writing this verse on a palm leaf, Rūpa Gosvāmī put it somewhere in his thatched room and went to breathe in the sea. Hena Kali Prabhu Vaila Tanhare Milite Chale Shloka Deki Prabhu Laki La Padite. At that time, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu went there to meet him, and when he saw the leaf pushed into the roof and saw the verse, he began to read it. Text 82, Shloka Pari Prabhu Sukhe Prema Vishtahaila Hena Kale Rūpa Gosvāmī Snana Kari Aila. After reading the verse, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed by ecstatic love. At that very time, Rūpa Gosvāmī returned, having finished bathing in the sea. Text 83, Prabhu Deki Tandavad Prangane Padila Prabhu Tanre Chapada Marikahite Lagila. Seeing the Lord, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī fell flat in the courtyard to offer obeisances. The Lord slapped him mildly in love and spoke as follows. Gura Mor, text 84. Gura Mor Hridaya Tuni Janila Kemane Etakahi Rupa Kaila Tulita Alinkane. My heart is very confidential. How did you know my mind in this way? After saying this, he firmly embraced Rūpa Gosvāmī. Text 85. Se shloka lanya prabhu. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu took that verse and showed it to Swarup Damodar for him to examine. Then the Lord questioned him. Mor antara varta rupa janila kamane Swarup kahe jani kripa kariyat chapane. How could Rūpa Gosvāmī have understood my heart? The Lord asked. Purport. Swarup Damodar replied, I can understand that you have already bestowed your causeless mercy upon him. Text 87. Anyata e artakara nahi haya jana tumi purve kripa kaila kari anumana. No one could otherwise understand this meaning. I can therefore guess that previously you bestowed upon him your causeless mercy. Text 88. Prabhu kahe iho amaya prayage melila yogya patra jani inhaya mora kripatahayila. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu replied, Rūpa Gosvāmī met me at Prayag. Knowing him to be a suitable person, I naturally bestowed my mercy upon him. Text 89. Tabe Shakti Sanchari Ami Kalun Upadesh Tumi Ha Kayo in Yahanya Rashara Vishesh. Translation. I thereupon also bestowed upon him my transcendental potency. Now you also should give him instructions. In particular, instruct him in transcendental mellows. Text 90. Swarupa kahe yate e shlokate kilon tumi karyacha kripan tabahi jani. Translation. Swarup Damodar said, as soon as I saw the unique composition of this verse, I could immediately understand that you had bestowed upon him your special mercy. Text 91. Halena pala karanam anumiyate. By seeing a result, one can understand the cause of that result. Purport. This verse is from the doctrines of Nyaya, or logic. Text 92. Swargapagahema mrinalinam nana mrinalagro bujo bhajamam anam urupam tanuruparidam karyam nidanadi gunan adite. The river Ganges, flowing in the heavenly planets, is full of golden lotus flowers, and we, the residents of those planets, eat the stems of the flowers. Thus, we are very beautiful, more so than the inhabitants of any other planet. This is due to the law of cause and effect. For if one eats food in the mode of goodness, the mode of goodness increases the beauty of his body. Purport. One's bodily luster and beauty, one's constitution, one's activities, and one's qualities all depend on the law of cause and effect. There are three qualities in material nature, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, text 22. Karanam guna sangosya sarasa yoni janmasu. One takes birth in a good or bad family according to his previous association with the qualities of material nature. Therefore, one seriously eager to achieve transcendental perfection, Krishna consciousness, must eat Krishna prasadam. Such food is sattvika, or in the material quality of goodness. But when offered to Krishna, it becomes transcendental. Our Krishna consciousness movement distributes Krishna prasad, and those who eat such transcendental food are sure to become devotees of the Lord. This is a very scientific method, as stated in this verse from Nala Naishadha 3:17. Karham nidanan adigunan adite. If in all his activities a person strictly adheres to the mode of goodness, he will certainly develop his dormant Krishna consciousness and ultimately become a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Unfortunately, at the present moment, the bodily constitutions of the leaders of society, especially the governmental leaders, are polluted. As described in Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, chapter 1, text 40, Asamskrita kriyahina rajasa tama savrita prajaste pakshayishyanti mlechaya prajati arupina. Such leaders have no chance to purify their eating. Politicians meet together and exchange good wishes by drinking liquor, which is so polluted and sinful that naturally drunkards and meat eaters develop a degraded mentality in the mode of ignorance. The process of eating in different modes are explained in the Bhagavad Gita, wherein it is stated that those who eat rice, wheat, vegetables, milk products, fruit, sugar are situated in the elevated quality of goodness. Therefore, if we want a happy and tranquil political situation, we must select leaders who eat Krishna Prasada. Otherwise, the leaders will eat meat, drink wine, and thus they will become asamskrita, unreformed, and kriyahina, devoid of spiritual behavior. In other words, they will be mlechas and yavanas, or men who are unclean in their habits. Through taxation, such men exploit the citizens as much as possible, and in this way they devour the citizens of the state instead of benefiting them. We therefore cannot expect a government to be efficient if it is headed by such unclean mlechas and yavanas. Text 93. Chaturmasya rahi gaude Vaishnava chalila Rūpa Gosvāmī Mahaprabhu charane rahila. After 4 months of Chaturmas, Shravana, Bhadra, Ashvina, and Kartik, all the Vaishnavas of Bengal returned to their homes, but Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī remained in Jagannath Puri under the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Text 94, Ekadina Rūpa Karena Nataka Likana Achambite Mahaprabhura Haila Agamana. One day, while Rūpa Gosvāmī was writing his book, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly appeared. Text 95. Samprame dunhe uti dandapat haila dunhe alingiya prabhu asane vasila. As soon as Haridas Thakur and Rūpa Gosvāmī saw the Lord coming, they both stood up and fell down to offer him their respectful obeisances. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu embraced them both and then sat down. Text 96. Kyapunti Lika Bali Eka Patra Nila Akshara Dekiya Prabhu Mane Sukhi Haila. The Lord inquired, "What kind of book are you writing?" He held up a palm leaf that was a page of the manuscript, and when he saw the fine handwriting, his mind was very pleased. Text 97, Shri Rupera Akshara Yenamu Uttara Panti Pritahanya Karena Prabhu Akshara Stuti. Being pleased, the Lord praised the writing by saying, the handwriting of Rūpa Gosvāmī is just like rows of pearls. Text 98. Se patre Prabhu eka shloka ye dekila padite shloka preme avista ila. While reading the manuscript, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu saw a verse on that page, and as soon as he read it, he was overwhelmed with ecstatic love. Text 99. Tunde tandavani ratin vitanute tundavali labdae karnakroda kadambini katayate karnabhudabude spriham Cheta Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvanandri Yanam Kritim No Jane Janita Kiyan Bir Amrita Krishneti Varna Dwahi. Translation: I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. When we desire many, we then desire many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, It conquers the activities of the mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. Purport. This verse is included in the Vidagdhamadava 115, a 7-act play written by Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, describing the pastimes of Sri Krishna in Vrindavan. Text 100. Shloka Shuni Haridasa Haila Ulasi Na Chitte Lagila Shlokeba Artha Prasamasi. When Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu chanted this verse, Haridas Thakur, upon hearing the vibration, became jubilant and began to dance while praising its meaning. Text 101. Krishna Namera Mahima Shastrasadu Mukejani Namera Madhuri Aite Kanna Shuni. One has to learn about the beauty and transcendental position of the holy name of the Lord by hearing the revealed scriptures from the mouths of devotees. Nowhere else can we hear of the sweetness of the Lord's holy name. Purport. It is said in the Padma Purana, Ata Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhavet Grayam Indriyai. Chanting and hearing of the transcendental holy name of the Lord cannot be performed by ordinary senses. The transcendental vibration of the Lord's holy name is completely spiritual. Thus, it must be received from spiritual sources and must be chanted after having been heard from a spiritual master. One who hears the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra must receive it from a spiritual master by oral reception. Śrīla Sanatana Gosvāmī has forbidden us to hear the holy name of Krishna chanted by non-Vaishnavas, such as professional actors and singers, for it will have no effect. It is like milk touched by the lips of a serpent, as stated in the Padma Purana. Avaishnava mukko dirinam hutam hari katam ritam shravanam naiva kartavyam sarpo chistam yatapaya. As far as possible, therefore, devotees in the Krishna consciousness movement gather to chant the holy name of Krishna in public so that the chanters and listeners may both benefit. Text 102, Tabe Mahaprabhu Dunhe Kuri Alingana Madhana Karite Samudre Karila Agamana. Thus, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Haridas and Rūpa Gosvāmī and left for the seaside to perform his noontime duties. Text 103 through 104. Aradina Mahaprabhu Dekhi Jagannatha Sarvabhauma Ramananda Swarupadi Sata Sabe Mili Chali Aila Shri Rupe Milite Pate Tanra Guna Sabare Lagila Kahite. On the next day, after visiting the temple of Jagannath as usual, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu met Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodara. They all went together to Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, and on the way, the Lord greatly praised his qualities. Text 105. Dui Shloka Kahi Prapura Haila Mahashuka Nija Bhaktera Guna Kahe Hanya Panchamuka. When Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu recited 2 important verses, he felt great pleasure. Thus, as if he had 5 mouths, he began to praise his devotees. Purport. 2 verses referred to are those beginning with Priyaso Yam and Tunde Tandavani, 79 and 99. Text 106, Sarvabhauma Ramanande Pariksha Karite Shri Rupera Gunatanhare Lagil Akahite. Just to examine Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Roy, the Lord began to praise the transcendental qualities of Sri Rūpa Gosvāmī before them. Text 107, Ishvara Svabhava Bhaktiranalaya Arada Alpasiva Bahumane Atma Payanta Prasada. Characteristically, the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not take seriously an offense committed by a pure devotee. The Lord accepts whatever small service the devotee renders as being such a great service that he is prepared to give even himself, what to speak of other benedictions. Text 108. Rityasya pasyati gurun apina paradan Seva managapi kritam bahud abhupaiti avishkaroti pishneshvapi navishastuyam silena nirmalamati purushottamayam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Purushottama, the greatest of all persons, has a pure mind. He is so gentle that even his servant is implicated that even if his servant is implicated in a great offense, he does not take it very seriously. Indeed, if his servant renders some small service, the Lord accepts it as being very great. Even if an envious person blasphemes the Lord never manifests anger against him. Such are his great qualities. Purport. This verse is from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.1.138 by Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī. Text 109. Bhakta Sange Prabhu Aila Dekhi Du Vijana Dandavat Hanya Kaila Chanana Bandana. When Haridas Thakur and Rūpa Gosvāmī saw that Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu had come with his intimate devotees, they both immediately fell down like logs and offered prayers to their lotus feet. Text 110. Bhakta Sange Kaila Prabhu Danhare Nilyana Pindate Vasila Prabhu Lanya Bhaktagana. Thus, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal devotees met Rūpa Gosvāmī and Haridas Thakur. The Lord then sat down in an elevated place with his devotees. Text 111. Rūpa Haridasa Dunhe Vasila Pindatale Sabara Agarahe Ina Utila Pindaru Pare. Rūpa Gosvāmī and Haridas Thakur sat at the foot of the elevated place where Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting. Although everyone asked them to sit on the same level as the Lord and his associates, they did not do so. Text 112. Purva Shloka Pararupa Prabhu Agakaila Lajatena Pari Rupa Mauna Dahila. When Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Rūpa Gosvāmī to read the verse they had previously heard, Rūpa Gosvāmī, because of great shyness, did not read, but instead remained silent. Text 113. Swarupa Gosvāmī Tabe Se Shloka Padila Shuni Subhakkara Chitte Chamatkara Haila. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami recited the verse, and when all the devotees heard it, their minds were struck with wonder. Text 114. Priya Soyam Krishna Saha Chari Kura Shatra Militas Patam Sarharat Idam Ubhaya Sankama Sukam Tatapyanta Kelan Madhura Murali Pachamajushe Manome Kalindi Palina Vipanaya Spriyati. My dear friend, now I have met my very old and dear friend Krishna on this field of Kurukshetra. I am the same Radharani, and now we are meeting together. It is very pleasant, but I would still like to go to the bank of the Yamuna beach. Beneath the trees of the forest there, I wish to hear the vibration of his sweet flute playing the fifth note within the forest of Vrindavan. Text 115. Raya Bhattacharya Bale Tomara Prasada Mine Tomara Hridaya Janila Kemane. After hearing this verse, Ramananda Roy, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, without your special mercy, how could this Rūpa Gosvāmī have understood your mind? Text 116. Amate Sanchari Purve Kahila Siddhanta Esamba Siddhante Brahma Nahi Paya Anta. Srila Ramananda Roy said that previously Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu had empowered his heart so that he could express elevated and conclusive statements to which even Lord Brahma has no access. Text 117. Hate jani purve tomara panache prasana kahavine nai tomara hitayanubhada. Had you not previously bestowed your mercy on him, they said, it would not have been possible for him to express your internal feelings. Purport. Devotees acknowledge Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu's special mercy upon Rūpa Gosvāmī in the following words. Sri Caitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Muttale Swayam Rupa Garamayam Dadati Swapatantikam. When Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī Prabhupada, when will Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Caitanya, give me the shelter under his lotus feet? The special function of Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī is to establish the feelings of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. These feelings are his desire that his special mercy be spread throughout the world in this Kali Yuga. Prithivichyatra nagalharigam sarvatra pracharahavi moranam. The desire of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu is that all over the world, everyone in every village, in every town, know of him and his Sankirtan movements. These are the inner feelings of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Rūpa Gosvāmī committed to writing all these feelings of the Lord. Now again, by the mercy of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, the same feelings are being spread all over the world by the servants of the Gosvāmis. And the devotees who are pure and simple will appreciate this attempt. As concluded by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, however, those who are on the level of hogs and dogs will never appreciate such a great attempt. Yet this does not matter to the preachers of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu's cult, for all over the world they will continue to perform this responsible work, even though persons who like cats and dogs do not appreciate them. Text 118. Prabhu kahe kata Rūpa natakara shloka ye shloka nile lokera yaya dukkha shoka. Then Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu said, "My dear Rūpa, please recite that verse from your drama, which upon being heard makes all people's unhappiness and lamentations go away." Text 119. Bara bara Prabhu yadi tare agyadila tabe se shloka Rūpa Gosani kahila. When the Lord persisted in asking this again and again, Rūpa Gosvāmī recited that verse as follows. Tunde tandavani ratim vitande tundavali lamte karna kroda kam kadambini gatayate karna bude buya sriham chetam pangana sangini vichayate sarvendriyanam vritim no jane janita Ihadir amritai krishneti varnadvahi. I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced when the holy name of Krishna is chanted. It appears to dance within the mouth. When we desire many, many mouths, then name enters the holes of the ears. We desire many millions of ears. And when the holy names dance in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. Text 121. Yata Bhakta Vrinda Ara Ramananda Rai Shloka Suni Sapara Hahila Ananda Vishmaya. When all the devotees of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, especially Sri Ramananda Roy, had heard this verse, they were all filled with transcendental bliss and were struck with wonder. Text 122. Sabe Bale Nama Mahima Suniyachi Appara Emana Madhurya Keha Nahi Varne Ara. Everyone admitted that although they had heard many statements glorifying the holy name of the Lord, they had never heard such sweet descriptions as those of Rūpa Gosvāmī. Text 123. Raya kahe kongrantha karahena jani yahara vitare sinantera kani. Ramananda Roy inquired, "What kind of drama are you writing? We can understand that it is a mine of conclusive statements." Text 124. Swarupa kahe Krishna lilara nataka karite Raja lila pura lila ekatra varnite. Swarup Damodar replied, for Srila Rūpa Gosvāmī, he wanted to compose a drama about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. He planned to describe in one book both the pastimes of Vrindavan and those of Dwarka and Mathura. Arambi achila ebe prabhu agyapana Duinattakakari teche vibhagakariya. He began in that way, but now, following the order of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he has divided it into and is writing two plays, one concerning the pastimes of Mathura and Dwarka, and the other concerning the pastimes of Vrindavan. Text 126, Vidagda Madhava Ara Lalita Madhava Duinatake Premarasa Advuta Sabha. The two plays are called Vidagda Madhava and Lalita Madhava, and both of them wonderfully describe ecstatic emotional love of God. Purport: Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur informs us in this connection that Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī finished the drama known as Vidagda Madhava in the year Shakabda 1454 and 1532 AD, and the Lalita Madhava in Shakabda 1459, 1537 AD. The discussion between Ramananda Roy and Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī at Jagannath Puri took place Shakabda 1437, which is 1515 AD. Text 127, Raya Kahe Nandi Shloka Padadeki Shuni. God. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Thank you for the prayer. Thank you.